Today I'm going to test recording in a new spot. It's a little crevice between the wall and my bed. I don't know how it'll affect the audio quality. But maybe it'll cut out some of the noise. I certainly can't hear the outside as well. A little bit of my bed is peeking over my head. The wall's to the left, and the bed is to the right.
All I need to know is, can you do this for
curtain
me?
hanging down that
Well,
separates
geez,
the
Doug,
two rooms
you know,
as
I'd
well.
love to, but I can't bend the rules for just anyone.
I'm gonna give this
I'll
a
need
try.
a special
lay
incentive,
down in here
paperwork.
like
I'll
a
need
little
authorization from the front office,
worm
too.
in a cocoon.
As soon as you can get those
something
things
like
for
that.
me, you're A-okay. We can move forward
It's
without
not
a
bad
hitch.
either.
Okay, I'll
keep it
see what I can
vacuumed.
do to try and get that off
So
for you.
it's
My good man.
pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a bit of
you know,
fur here. I could probably vacuum
Just
out.
because we can't do it right now doesn't mean
It's not immaculate.
doesn't mean
And you
I
can
won't be preparing
Hear
in
my
the background.
voice
You know,
bouncing off the wood
So,
if I talk towards it, so I won't talk
you
towards
see me
the wood.
going around gathering some stuff. You'll know what I'll be
I will
up
not address the wood. Okay. Let's see. So I hope that works out. But, today was pretty good. Overall. Today was pretty good. I went to work at that job, and, it was very, very, very busy the moment I arrived in. And, it was straight into action. Just getting all the things set up and whatever I needed to do, and all of the other people there were already busy doing stuff, and I pretty much just spent the whole day in that sort of like the flow state, that mental state, just job, observe, look, operate, move, and then going towards whatever it is that I needed to do. And there were towards the end there were a couple odd situations, but it was one of those ones where it was like, no, I'm still competent, I did good during the day, but it was like two very specific instances back to back of people who are on a completely different wavelength than I am. I could explain it as much as I want, and I tried to be very like clear, and the person is just like staring at me. It's like with this blank look, just in a completely different hemisphere, and I'm just like, okay, eventually you're going to run into someone who just isn't on the same page as you. And sometimes it'll be nice and you'll work it out and recognize that, and sometimes the person will like try to take it out on you. And the preferable instance is that both of us recognize, and then we, nicely and politely come to some compromise. Oh, would you be able to do this, and that? And the other one is just like the other person starts getting upset, like, what do you think you're doing? What do you want me to do? And just like all kinds of stuff. And then at that point, I'm just like, okay, this person, I don't think we're going to understand each other quite right. Let me just do this other thing. There we go. Problem solved now. And it was pretty clear. 99% of the day, I have people like understanding me and moving through and getting things getting taken care of. And then there's these last two instances where it was like, me move you through, and the person suddenly stalls like right in the middle of the adventure, and I'm waving to the person, and they're just like kind of blankly staring, and then looking around, and then just standing there as if nothing happened. And I'm just like across the way, it's like, okay, this is interesting. Well, and then I got solved, and I was just like, well, that wasn't so bad. Just leave it to the other person now who's going to take care of it, and just continue on. And then there was a guy after that. Except the difference is that this guy was a much older guy, and I could tell that whatever he said or did, it took a lot of energy to create the thought and a lot of concentration to then make it out as a sentence or a word. So he would like sit, he would walk up, stand there for a few seconds, process, say the information that was pertinent, and then if you said anything to him after that, no response, absolutely none. It was just completely blank. And so he would give me the response, and then I would walk him over, and anything in between, it was just silence. And then he would sit, it was kind of like a command, like a set path that he had to plan for himself mentally to go from spot to spot and perform action to action. So he would make it to the spot, and then he would say his next thing, and then at that point I didn't make too much small talk because he wasn't able to process beyond the immediate need that he needed. So I would say something, and then I would have to go help someone else, and then a few minutes later he would say one word that was something he was building up to, and then that would happen, and then next, and then it pretty much continued like that. He came in, he had a very specific request, and then that was the extent of what he was able to conversate with or anything like that. Everything else was just not received. And I thought that was interesting. I could tell it was not a matter of capacity, not necessarily capacity, or it was just a matter of processing, that he had to spend lots of time and energy processing the specific interaction and each stage and step. So, just had to stay patient with that. Whereas with the other one, it was a guy and someone else with him who were just completely in a different completely different hemisphere, just not computing much of what was being said or directed and things like that. And they just it's one where friction was naturally going to happen. It wasn't a sign of failure that there was friction. It was just a sign of like something to be worked through so that they could get what they needed and then move on to the next thing. It was kind of inevitable. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it because, I was directing the guy to follow me and all kinds of things, all kinds of little signals. And he was just standing there and just like not understanding anything that was being said. Yeah, but that's that. Let's see. Let me think about what else. Oh, yeah. Today I encountered especially my issue with my back pain. It's the thing that I've been doing. It's already, I wish it wasn't enough to do it, but it already is enough to get my back loaded up with tension and pain to aggravate my back injury. But there was one part of the day where I went to go help a lady stand up who had trouble with her knees, and she wasn't able to lift herself. And just the act of having to lift that woman who's probably, I would guess, around 200 pounds. There was a friend there of hers to help with one arm, and I did the other one, and then she had a bit of lift herself. But the act of doing that, it took out my back. It spent just the health bar of whatever my back had left, and it was just pain, and my breathing was compromised for like pretty much till the end of the day, till I got home to take a nap and reset my body. I'm good now, but at that time, like my back, just immediately, my lung capacity decreased significantly because it presses on my lungs when it happens, and it makes it much harder to breathe, and in turn it just like slows me down. Part of it is connected to my leg, so I get like a slight limp, a very slight, I wouldn't even call it like an obvious limp, like a stutter in my walk, and my speed just kind of slows down, and just naturally it kind of takes up a bit of mental load. So that was a bit, I had a bit of a debuff, a bit of a handicap during the second half of the day there. So I gotta be more careful with that. That'll definitely affect my longevity. But, something I realized today, and I've realized this before as well, with my one very good friend, is that, well, first off, we barely ever say each other's names, but one thing I realized is that I'm very, averse to hearing my own name said to me. People saying my name really bothers me. Like, my name is fine. I know what it is. I know what it is, and I don't mind it. I like it. But, hearing other people say it, it fills me with dread and fear. This like, really uncomfortable feeling when other people say my name. Hearing it, like, shouted out, because it's a loud place, so they have to say it really loud, and in order for me to hear it. And hearing my name said, like, in any way, it doesn't matter if it's, like, polite and nice and sweet, or if it's, like, upset and angry, or if it's, no matter what tone it is, it just sends this, like, uncomfortable, really uncomfortable response through my body and my mind. And I guess the closest I can figure it is that spending years and years and years alone with one person who, it's never nice when your name is said, you know? It's never a good thing. The only times it's said, and the only times that it's used, is for very particular things, and let's just say I've rarely ever heard my name used in a way that would be pleasing or positive, or make me want to hear it, or want to use it, or anything like that, or want it to be used, or but it does. It definitely does. And I have to get used to hearing my name said more often, and just hearing people say it. It really stresses me out. But I think with enough exposure that I can get better. I noticed that it carries over a lot into when I write as well. I very rarely have characters say each other's names. Like, names for me are there's a lot of mechanics and rules in my mind regarding how names are used and when names are needed, and it always annoys me when because I notice it, but it always annoys me in scripts and stuff when characters constantly say each other's first names when they're looking right at each other, or, in sentences. Well, it's like, I think in my style, there's very, in something I wrote, the characters, almost for the entire, and one thing that inspired me a bit on that was 12 Angry Men. How in 12 Angry Men, you don't get anybody's names at all for the entire film until the end, and it's not even necessary. It's just to sort of point out the fact that nobody's names are being said throughout the entire film. But I don't think that necessarily inspired me doing that. I just kind of gravitated towards it because that's what I already enjoyed doing. Or not necessarily enjoyed doing, but gravitated towards naturally, is the lack of hearing a name said. And so I remember writing something, and upwards of it was only 15 minutes long, and upwards of 12 minutes of that, not a single name is said for the entire thing, to the point that where I was at, I realized, like, oh wait, even though the characters don't need, I made it so the characters don't need to know each other's names, it's important that the viewers know, that anyone, who would be listening or reading this needs to know what the characters' names are for future reference. So, but I didn't want to go back necessarily and change it and rewrite it all just to, like, oh, by the way, my name is, or blah, blah. So I had the characters at that moment realize, like, oh wait, you haven't said your name yet. What's your name? I actually don't think I know what it is. Well, it was more cute than that. One of the characters walks away, and they have the character's address, but then they collectively realize, like, wait a minute, he hadn't said his name yet. I don't know what his name is. So the next scene comes, and they walk over to the character's house, and the first thing they ask immediately is, what's your name? And then he realizes, oh, I didn't say it. So it became a cute moment. I think it became I liked it. Just sort of naturally playing on that. Just like, oh yeah, I completely forgot. These characters have names, and they should be said at some point. But I'm meant to mention, getting off of that really quick. While I was at that place doing that job, almost every single day that I've been at that job, it's been a slow day, and they comment on how unusual it is that it's a slow day on that day. So I like to think that maybe my helping maybe turns what's normally a quick day into a slow day. It's that kind of thing where you remove the equation and suddenly it all changes, and then they're not quite sure what it's doing it, and it's like, oh, when you add him into the equation, it slows down the day a lot, and everyone's just like, what's going on? Why is it a slow day? But I kind of hope, a part of me hopes that my help is hopeful enough to turn a fast day into a slow day. As I'm taking a break, though, and eating lunch, and I see people coming up, and then I have to remind myself, this place existed long before you did. Your involvement, this place's survival doesn't hinge on you. You don't got to get up. Just sit down and enjoy your lunch. They know what to do in this situation. They've had people in this same position take breaks. They have existed long before you were here, and they will continue to exist long after you've moved on to something else. Just eat your lunch. But one thing that did make me very happy is that one of the people I work with gave me something special at the end of their shift. They gave me a gift as thanks for all the help that I did with helping them keep up their section and making sure things didn't fall behind. And it did make me happy for the some of the others to be like, you're handling this really well. This is a really busy day. And that made me happy to hear. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is... Because I don't have experience with that kind of thing. I don't know what kind of day it is. So if that's a busy day, it's like, okay. So I can handle a busy day. I can handle doing... So this is what this is. This is a busy day. Okay, I see. Well, that's good to know that this is what this is. Thankfully, I handled it well enough. I didn't even know what it was. I was just going and going and going and going. But that's nice to know, and I felt very happy that when she gave me something special. Just like, oh, okay, my help is helpful. I'm doing a good thing here with the system I'm working on, and things really balanced out. And my intuition so far has been pretty good. There have been slips here and there. I've only been doing it for a little bit, but they're getting less frequent, and they're a lot more situational, where it's like understandable that it happened. Anyone in that position would have ended up having to make that choice, or it would have slipped through, or things like that. Like today I was really worried from how busy and crowded it was that they would get upset with, but they were all very understanding, and even they were just like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that thing that we normally don't like to do because all the situations call for it, and just like yeah, just doing what we gotta do. This is just what's gotta happen. Don't worry about it. So, yeah. Mainly at work, I guess at that job, the main thing was just like back pain and being super helpful as much as I could, and getting that gift, which was very nice. Whenever I get into a job, I definitely feel like I gotta own it to the best of my ability. And whatever is my responsibility, I like to just like go through as much as I can to take care of it. And not to the point, I'm not trying to become the owner. And, if the manager pops up, I gotta be like, defer to his judgment and all that. And thankfully we have very, very good managers, very understanding, very understands the job, does very well. And pretty much just leaves us to do what we got to do. But yeah, it's just and the thing is, like, not to overdo responsibility. Whatever I do, it's partly just for self-survival. It's just for survival, I'm helping you, and I like helping you, but also I gotta drop this at any second and go do what I have to do. And I'm doing it partly to help myself, because, what I have to do partly hinges, and there was someone there who was like, for a second, they took it more personal that I was having to help, and they're like, don't worry, I have a system. There's a method to my madness, and all that. And I was very understanding, but also at the same time, there's a person here at the same time. Right now, I have to go do something that involves exactly this spot that I'm helping you with. So, and I think the person very quickly understood, just like, okay, he's got to do his thing. This isn't a pride thing or ego, or he's not coming in to do my job. He's coming in and he has to do his job, which also necessitates having to come and do this, which usually would be my job. But that person was swamped there, and having to do lots of other things, so not as much uptake on doing that specific task that had to be done. So I had to come swoop in really quick and just like on the go do things to make things smoother and make sure things were efficient and didn't pile up, which we definitely got along after that very well. So I think just mutually through action, we both understood what we had to do to keep things going, which I'm very glad about. But yeah. The other things, just separate from that, I've been thinking about is thinking about, well, going back to that writing thing I was talking about, is just finding ways to do that more. I've done quite a bit of script writing. My longest one is around 60 pages. My shortest one is 12. And then I have ones ranging between that, like 20 pages, 30, one that's 40 pages, one that's like I think I already said 23, one that's like 14 pages, and varying lengths. Yeah. It kind of made me sad as someone who I asked to read it. I've used Copilot and like that kinds of things quite a bit for research and gathering things. And I know that the person, I asked them to read it and give me your thoughts on what you enjoyed about it, and then they send me an email, and it's a Copilot script. It's exactly how Copilot talks. It's exactly how ChatGPT, the same wording, the same enunciation. It's like, I know how this thing talks, the way it suddenly throws in a question, the way it phrases things. I definitely, it's like, oh, I asked for your feedback, but maybe this is the best you could think to do going in depth, but this clearly shows me that you just took my script and input it into ChatGPT and said, like, give me a review of the key points of this. And I don't know if the person actually read it or not. Maybe they did and they couldn't think of how to word what they wrote or word with how they wanted to respond to it or something, but the problem is I have no idea. I have no idea if the person even read it. And when I asked them a question later about something more specific and concrete, it was just like a pretty general answer. So I have no idea and then I realized, the previous times the person read my scripts, this was also a generated answer, like generated review. I think there's only one time where I haven't seen them do it. But, yeah. I just hope that the person read it. I think I've had some fun ideas when it comes to screenwriting. One of them is, it's about like an ice cream shop that's still running in the middle of like a Mad Max style post-apocalypse setting. It's called, named it Vanilla Dread. And I think I did all right. One day I want to rewrite that one. One day I want to rewrite it because when I first wrote it, it was just like spitballing, riffing on the idea until I completed something. But I don't think I got the idea in a satisfying way. It's a first concept of how to pull it off. But I think I'd want to see other approaches and figure out how to look at it and go about it. And there's some other fun ones. There's a space western that I did where it has like this big emphasis on water and like water tubes. Just the imagery of like water, glass bottles with water and glass bottles with water and tubes of water and water-based machinery and things like that. That's not a concrete story. I'm just describing something that I like about it. I don't want to give away too much about it just talking like this. But it's I thought it was very fun. It's got and part of it is that it takes place on a planet where everyone who enters it, they bleed candy. Their blood turns into candy the moment they bleed. And it's not like an infection or something. It's just this particular planet does this. And again, this isn't story thing. It's just something surrounding the story. But like let's say you come from another planet. In this case, like Earth is light years away, and you come to the planet. The moment you step in the atmosphere, your blood will turn into candy the moment it comes into contact with the air. And everybody's is different types too. Like and it comes out as in wrappers and things like whatever the type is, that's how it'll come out. And it's just like it's more of a thematic thing than a mechanical thing, except for the fact that if you eat it, it causes an effect similar to intoxication. And part of the mechanics of it is that it can be melted down into drinks called candy rum, and it causes like frenzy and all kinds of I like I like the setting I wrote for that. It's really fun. And it's just writing, but when I think of it visually, I really wanted to have that sort of Y2K kind of look to it. That kind of like plastic, colorful, like a weird contrast of modernity mixed with this Western look. But like the I had to clean up down here because there's definitely dust in here that's getting in my throat as I'm talking. Just a second. Okay, maybe I'll talk up here for a few seconds. I think I was stirring up dust. But that Y2K aesthetic of that sort of plasticky look with the hyper colors. And the like sort of like clean look with the hyper colors and the sort of like different Y2K kind of clicks, you know? You had the sort of grunge look, and then you had the more cyber look, and then you had the cutesy pink pastel look, and then you had the cool sort of blues and sharp angles and technological look. My goodness. I need some water. Hold on just a sec. Oh. I don't want to hit pause. Okay. Hold on, kitten. It's not feeding time quite yet. Oh, I love you. Hold on. Let me go finish recording this. I'll be right with you. Keep laying on your pillow, kitten. I'll be right back. Let's see if I can finish down here, and then I'm gonna clean it up more later. But yeah, the story, it has it's a pretty standard thing that I went with for the first one. Just some ruffians coming up and stirring up trouble in a bar, wanted criminals, and then the guy comes in, the main character comes in, and he flushes them out of the town. And the town itself, another thing I did is the town itself is completely abandoned. And there's nobody living in it except for one person, the bartender, who's trying to keep who's trying to basically be a return point for the town so that when everyone's ready they can return and come back to it. And the person loves their town, so she's keeping up her bar, keeping it upkept, and making sure to make it inviting for people to come and hopefully return life back. And the main character is following around these wanted criminals who want to use the remains of this ghost town and turn it into a base turn it into a hub for their operations. And a particular thing about this town is that it has like a underground network where it was first built, and then there was more built on top of that. So the villains mainly want it for that purpose. And the barkeeper, she knows all about the underground stuff and then the tunnels. And if they manage to turn it into a base, it would be very, very effective in their operation. And the one thing I did enjoy is that the main antagonist of it, he's like, I tried to make him competent and just kind of like following the, I didn't try to go make him like something super unique or anything like that as some kind of point, that's not necessarily what I was going for. I wrote him to be a mook, he is a Western villain. He's not meant to be, not in like the more, I guess the closest is he's more of an Italian Western villain than he is an American Western villain. So he has more of a calm air to him, less like, I guess the closest I could think of is like El Indio's second in command from A Few Dollars More. For A Few Dollars More. Like his second in command. Not Indio himself, his second in command guy. He's sort of like that, where you know what to expect out of, he's bad guy, but I made it so that he's experienced and he knows how to fight. And he's got a lot of skill in him. So he doesn't underestimate the main protagonist, who is very like super skilled and experienced. He's wandering in, he's the stranger wandering in, and he has a lot of skill, and he's able to think quick on his feet and do all kinds of things. But I made it so that the antagonist, he's also skilled, but kind of past the prime of his ability, but he has a lot of experience to make it up for it. And he's no fool, he's very smart, as smart as I could come up with to write him anyway. He's able to figure what's happening. He realizes when he's been outmatched, and he's able to try and plan accordingly to what's happening. And he plays it smart, he's not the ha ha ha, who's this loser over here? You think you've got what it takes, that kind of thing. Like, ooh, what do we have over here? A little pipsqueak. You look a little weak, don't you? Give me your money. And then immediately gets beat up. He's not one of those guys. Not at all. He's a bit like, imagine a mix of El Indio's second in command from For A Few Dollars More mixed with Cheyenne. And that's not what I was thinking when I wrote him, but in retrospect, that's the closest to combination. That's the closest combination I can think of. That scene, if you've ever seen Once Upon a Time in the West, where Cheyenne is like, so he can shoot. So he does know how to shoot. He can recognize. He's no fool when it comes to things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I can think of for that. And just going on that, I started thinking about just this journal thing I've been doing and making a channel for it. And just thinking about, like, this is the kind of thing where, usually people write this kind of stuff and they don't just record it and stick it online. So there's always the chance, some of the things I say may not even be something I agree with. It's just me getting my thoughts out instead of on paper, just like on what do I call it? Audio? Tape? It's not really tape. On recording. Just like thinking what I'm thinking underneath before it gets processed and turned into the actual action that I'm gonna do, just like, this is what I thought, and it made me so upset, I thought of all these things, but I'm not gonna do that. Those are just they're just the raw materials, and my brain has to process them before they turn into the final thought and proper action, But I'm just trying to think about, because I'm doing this entire channel for myself, and I know some people. I've seen one of my journals has 26 views now, and I'm just like, I don't know how far in people watch, or if they do the first 5 seconds, or what. I mean, it's the natural consequences of doing these kinds of things and uploading it, and I don't want to make it private, because then it's not as open as I want it to be, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel like it's released. It still feels like it's just sitting there. The pressure isn't going out. It's just like, it's just a closed loop now, Or, cool, now I've recorded the thoughts I was having and can listen back to them over and over. It's like, no, it has to be released outward. But I don't even know if people saw this. What's the appeal? What if someone likes a video like this, or listens through to the whole thing, or even subscribes? I got 3 subscribers. How does that happen? How does a channel like this get 3 subscribers and videos, at least a few, with 26 views? I mean, not all of them have that. Some of them just have 1. And I don't know, maybe it's a combination of upload time. Not that I'm expecting it, but, I see the numbers. It's YouTube. Just to upload something, you see numbers. And it just makes me think, like, interesting. How does that happen? And I guess, all of them at least have 1 view. I don't know if it's the same person every time, but if someone listens in, anyone who listens in this deep, if you bother to listen in this far, can you please tell me why? What is the appeal? Is there any, do you think there's any worth to this? That won't affect me doing it, because to me it has worth, and I'm doing this for myself, intrinsically, just for my own peace of mind and betterment as far as I can figure it. Is there an appeal to this? Is there a reason you might like it? Because it's not like I'm trying to plan to be interesting or anything. I'm just trying to make my life a little more interesting. And but it's like, it's daily, I'm not curating anything. I'm not trying to come up with something super fun, or, each day in and day out there, it's probably going to be repeats, or days where it's really boring, or I don't find anything interesting to talk about. And it's like, I wonder if it has to do with the titles too. I don't curate my titles. I just come up with a general summation of what I think I talked about. And then just boop, it's supposed to be quick and fast. It's enough for me to do it and keep doing it without giving up on it, as much as I can. And I draw the thumbnails. I'm not even listening back to it afterwards. I don't even draw the thumbnails based on what's the content of. I just sit down and whatever's happening around me, or music I'm listening to or something, and I'll just draw based on that. So the thumbnails and the drawings in them aren't even related to what the content is. Now I'm just wondering if there's any appeal to this, or any point, or any longevity. Like, why would you subscribe to something like this, or listen back? I don't even know if people make it in this far. But it's like, I don't have the greatest voice in the world. My voice is, it's that thing where I don't dislike my voice, but it's not cool sounding. It's the voice I have, but it's so wispy and light, it's like, I don't think my voice is proper great for a listening experience. I feel like it would be annoying to listen to after a while. And I have that thing where there have been YouTube channels where I'm sure your content is great, but man, I can't stand to listen to you talk. I can't stand to listen to this person talk for minutes on end. It'll just grate me this entire person's speech patterns and the way they say things just grinds my gears. And I feel like that's part of success for a lot of people. You just have to kind of be fortunate to have a voice that people will listen to for long periods of time. And I don't feel like that my voice is one of those voices. But I wonder, making all these videos daily, it makes me wonder. It makes me feel like I have potential to do other things with videos, but I still want to keep it sustainable for myself, It's one of those things where unless there was like success out of it, or some pointing to of a future out of it, or it could possibly support me in some way, This is where I am right now, just doing something daily, something light, something that keeps me coming back, and I enjoy doing. It's become part of my day to do this. And I wonder if of course, everything starts with building it up from the bottom. It's not just like you start with success immediately, unless in a very rare few cases, or if somebody really thinks you got a good idea going. But I wonder, if I did something else, what would it be? It's one of those things where, I've learned consistent output. It makes me feel like I have potential to do other things. If I can do this much, what can I do that's maybe a little more that I could do sustainably, And could I do it purely out of fun, or because what I do for output now is what I've realized I've been able to do just out of my own will, not expecting anything out of it, just this is for my good, I do like the channel name For Me, but it also reads as Form, with a kind of fancy, but it makes me wonder, if I can do this much, can I do something else, And if I did do something else, I can do it for me and out of my enjoyment and sustainably, but could it grow into something else, Could it become something? But what would it be? I don't know. I'm not sure how to articulate it super well at the moment. But, the last thing I wanted to check is if this spot cuts out enough noise. I wanted to see what the acoustics of it like, and see if I could like add music to it in the background. That's another thing. I was wondering if I should add music in the background of these. but I wonder if that would irritate me after a while. But and beyond that, I wonder if my audio quality is good enough to have the the sound of the background stuff and have the music at the same time. So that's kind of why I'm testing this, to see if it cuts out the background sound enough to add music. So let me test some stuff. I'm gonna do some ad-libs and give it a shot and see if I can add background music. Okay.
And so now with today's weather, it's gonna be -5 billion degrees, but that's all right because we live on an alien planet where such temperatures are completely average. So to you Earthlings, this temperature may seem a bit extreme, but to us this is fair weather. In fact, this weather makes us feel perfectly fine. So come on down to our alien homeworld if you're feeling like you want to experience -5 billion degree temperatures. Get your nose a bit frosty. And that's it for the weather today. How are things on Venus, Diane? How are things on Venus, Diane?
Oh, everything's pretty good. It's a swirling mass of chemicals and heat out there. The carbon is especially nice today. She's slowly turning into Mickey Mouse. The carbon is especially nice today. Oh, gosh. The swirling miasma out there, it really gets my circulation going. I could go for a jog in this.
Well, that's great. That's great. I guess our weather channel covers multiple planets and not just the one planet. We gotta go into the sewers, Mario! Mario, we gotta go into the sewers! No, Luigi, I'm not going down there with you this time. What do you mean, Mario? Well, plumbers, we gotta go take care of this. No, Luigi, I'm on my break. I gotta eat my burger, Luigi. I gotta eat my burger. Oh, what kind of burger did you get, Mario? It's a steak burger, Luigi. And it's even got onion rings. Oh, I never liked onion rings myself, Mario. That's okay, Luigi. I like 'em, so I'm gonna eat 'em. Okay, Mario. You do that. So, do you get any sides, Mario? I got a milkshake, Luigi. That's not a side, Mario. That's a beverage. Don, you're right, Luigi. I got some fries, and I got some curly fries, and I got what's this called? Like deep potato wedges. Those are pretty good. Oh yeah, Mario, those are pretty good. You want any seasonings on those, Mario? Oh yeah, I'll take some seasonings on those, Luigi. That sounds pretty good.
Let me think. One more voice to do. Do a little creature voice. Let's see.
A little creature voice. No, let me try something else. No, that's just the voice I was doing before, but now it's at a higher register.
Let's see.
Who dares enter my cave? I'm going to steal all of the jewels and the shinies.
No, please don't take my jewels and my shinies. I need those to make money to pay off my house. I need those. They're urgent.
No, I'm going to steal all of them, and I'm not going to leave even a single one for you. Not even a single shard will be left over by the time I'm done clearing this place out.
No, good heavens. Good heavens. A little creature stealing all of my treasures. Someone, please help me. A little creature has come to pilfer all my goods.
Okay.
So... So you thought you could hide all the little goodies from me. You were a fool to think you could do such a thing. My nose is attuned to gold and silver and diamonds.
No, this cannot be.
That's the best I could think of on the spot.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Another man pilfered from by the tiny creatures.
Is there no hero strong enough to save us from all the thievery and the chicanery of this kingdom? We need someone. We need a hero. Isn't there anyone who can save us? Anyone at all? Oh, to live in such dark times. Oh, I pray to the heavens that someone please send us a mighty warrior to subdue the attackers and the pilferers. Someone, please, anyone, help us.
Okay.
So there, fella.
Okay, that's enough. That's all I can think of for right now. I think that's the end of this. I think that's the end of this journal.
I apologize for my use of the word chicanery in a way which was not conducive to proper protocol. It was not proper. I shall in due course throttle myself and hurl my body into the volcano of doom. Where justice will be enacted as my body is consumed by the pyroclastic matter.
Okay, that's it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I just wanted to see what was happening over here. Are you sure that's okay? You need a water?
Well, come on, fellas. Let's go to the clubhouse. MICKEY MOUSE. Oh, come on, Pluto. Let's go. Oh, gosh, fella. Well, you know what? Thanks for letting me know. And you know what? I'll make sure you have the most wonderful birthday that any pal's ever had. And Goofy will be there too, and Donald. And you know what? I'll even bring Pluto. But I'll have to leave him on a leash so he doesn't eat the cake, you know? Oh, gosh, fella. You know I really like that. You know I like that. Oh, come on, Minnie, show me some slack. There was all manner of traffic out there. I wasn't able to make it in time.
All I need to know is, can you do this for me?
Well, geez, Tech. You know, I'd love to, but I can't bend the rules for just anyone. I'll need a special incentive, paperwork. I'll need authorization from the front office, too. Soon as you can get those things for me, you're A-okay. We can move forward without a hitch.
Okay, I'll see what I can do to try and get that all for you.
My good man. Yeah. And, you know, just because we can't do it right now doesn't mean I won't be preparing in the background, you know? So, you see me going around gathering some stuff. You'll know what I'll be up to.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Well, hey there, fellas. What you got for me?
Oh, hey there, Bill. I've just been wandering around, looking for Mary. Have you seen her around?
No, I've been looking around for her myself, too. Just got off work a few minutes ago, but, I haven't seen her around. Last I saw her, she was, getting in her car and getting ready to go drive to the community center, help out some folks.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go pass by around there and check if she's in. You want me to tell her anything for you?
No, you're good. I can't really think of anything right now. Just, if you wanna tell her that I said anything, just say, hope you're doing well, and, good luck on all your work.
Okay, I'll pass that message along for you.
Okay, thanks. Come on down to the Emporium, where we sell things. For sure, yeah. We sell many things, and not at inflated, artificially increased prices, I'll have you know. At very fair prices. You won't see anything else quite like it on the market, I'll let you know that for sure. Can you help out a poor, grieving entrepreneur who has fallen upon all manner of hard times? Oh, the unfairness, the cruelty of it all. So please, won't you shop at my emporium? We have all kinds of good to satisfy any needs that you may have.
Oh, sure, I guess I could stop by your emporium, take a little browse.
Oh, thank you, my good man. I assure you, you won't leave empty-handed or unsatisfied.
Oh, okay, I got one more. Me think.
Something more gravelly, something more vicious, more, creature-like. Blah, blah. You dare step into my lair, you will find yourself a corpse soon if you dare think you can take me. I am the greatest.
No. So, too much of an accent. Doing too much of an accent. Let me go more creature-like.
You truly think you can best me? I am a great warrior renowned across the land, and soon you will find yourself deep within the ground with a headstone. A headstone. The power that my axe wields, I could split a tree in two with a single swing. You will find yourself a corpse.
Too fancy.
You won't get out of here alive. You will be destroyed by me this day. And soon I will come for you, all of your comrades and those you leave behind, and they will know the taste of steel from my blade. Prepare yourself, for I will not show mercy to you or your kind. But you will die a warrior's death, rest assured.
Yeah, there we go. A little evil laugh. And something a little more like,
So, you fool. You thought you could face me in a one-on-one. I have fought many your strength and kind, and I have bested all of them with my strategies and grand intellect. No one can get a single blow past my impenetrable guard. I am a warrior with no equal. I am unparalleled, peerless, unrivaled. And soon you will find yourself a corpse. Buried deep within the ground, while worms will feast upon you. And no one will remember you either. You will be forgotten to time as a foolish warrior who thought he could challenge me. But he was nothing.
there we go. Oh, you're gonna be meowing the entire time in the background while I'm doing this. Hold on, just because I stand up does not mean it's food time. This is part of what makes me wish that this place was a little bigger, because it's so small, the food bowls are right over there. So I so much just stand up, and everyone's like, "Food!
It's food time! Come on, everyone! Let's go eat!"
Okay. Let me think. There's gotta be one more. There's instead of a Skeletor. Like, "You fools! I can't believe you would dishonor my villainous name! I've had quite enough of you!" What? You imbeciles! I have no henchmen I can trust, it seems. I've got to do everything myself. It would seem I have to do everything myself. Let me see. Oh, okay. I think I got a few more. Oh, now I'm getting inspired. Let's see. Can I even do that one? Let me try. No. Oh, Harley. I'm going to go fight Batman. No, I can't. I don't think I can do that. Why, yes, Harley. No. I've been able to do it on previous days. It's a bit closer. Oh, but the IRS. Oh, no. No, my voice. I stripped my voice doing those other voices, and now I gotta give it a cooldown time in order to, No, if I wanted to do that, I should have done it sooner. It's one of the first ones. It's too late now. You know, I'm bouncing between characters. I've limited myself. Why, thank you, Harley. I'm going to go fight Batman. I'm going to Why, thank you, Harley. Harley. Yeah, nah, it's not worth it. I'll just have to try it on another day. Okay, I think that's it for right now.